All right, let's go ahead and clap it up. All right, we'll say Shalom Israel. Yahweh Shem Yashai B'Gatam. To all the brothers, Yahweh Shemar Latam B'Shem Yashai. To all the Akwati and all the sisters out there as well. We'll start off. Hold on, let me see. I should have double checked before we went live. But yeah, what do we got in the world, young man? What's going on?
Apparently, there was a 7.3 earthquake in Alaska. They had tsunami warnings. A lot of volcanic eruptions are happening all over the world, including the one that's right here in the United States called Yellowstone.
Okay.
A lot of the animals were leaving Yellowstone, which is something that you don't normally see, which is the grizzly bears.
Right.
You don't normally see that. They don't run away from their environment in packs like herds, like bison.
Right.
You know, cattle. You don't ever see something like that. You usually see bears, maybe like in a family, like a sheep bear protecting their cubs and stuff like that. But these bears are all in packs, like large herds, going away from Yellowstone.
Get the Most High hand. You know what I mean? They always say, like, there's an earthquake or, some type of fire brewing or some type of disaster, tornado storms, the animals always see and sense that first. You know what I mean? Whether it's the angels letting them know or who knows, you know what I mean? Just the spirit, their instincts. The Lord, allows animals to often know what's coming down the line. Precept. You can paraphrase it, go ahead, or just that the Lord, and oftentimes the animals will know what's up before the human beings know what's up. And the Lord will move with them, you understand, before anybody else knows.
Noah?
There you go, look for them. Yeah. And the animals came and got in line and got in order and got on that boat. And all the other humans is out there partying and marrying and drinking and enjoying themselves while this great tragedy is coming to the earth. So you never know, these type of things to be happening in nature like that is a glorious sign as well. And like you said, these earthquakes, these wars and rumors of wars, Israel just bombed Syria, yesterday? So things are kicking up. It's weird nowadays with because social media moves so fast, information moves so fast, something that happens in a week or two, the news cycle is going through so much, it almost seems like forever ago. Like, you know what I mean? Like the situation with Iran was like 3, not even a month, but just hitting a month. But it feels like 5 or 6 months, 3 months ago, because so much things are happening. Let me move on the top of this camera. But you know what I mean? So let's not forget these things are happening. You can almost go rock back to sleep because so much things are going on. And if you miss what's happening right before your eyes, you won't realize that, we got a short time. But anything else going on? Let's go.
Also, too, reports just came out today on CNN that Trump is suffering from some type of circulatory problem. Which most likely he has like a lot of blood clots, stuff like that. Eventually tend to lead to stroke.
Right.
And if he's having circulation problems, most likely he probably has high cholesterol. But a lot of the what is her name? The secretary, advisor or whatever, is representative, whatever. She said that she was being transparent, but not really, because like if he's having blood clots, usually the body normally the body gets rid of blood clots throughout the day normally.
Right.
But what becomes a problem is that his old age, and you can with the diet that he has, the blood clots won't go away, And then once they start to go up to the brain, that's where the seizures and the strokes come in at.
Right.
And if he has poor circulation, it's most likely he does have high cholesterol, which is what they call it LDL, which is bad cholesterol. So you have good cholesterol, you have bad cholesterol. The good cholesterol is called HDL. The bad cholesterol is called LDL. And you have a high LDL levels, then things starts to clog up. Essentially, it can result into a heart attack.
So the best way we can say is he's dying.
Yeah.
Get out of hand. So like get the most high hand, you know what I'm saying? And the most short way to the point is the Lord is not going to let this devil come in and do these things without visiting him. These are the things that we pray for it to happen as well, man. So what goes up must come down, man. And who knows? I can go all types of conspiracy. I mean, Elon Musk probably didn't put some on his arm. You know what I mean? About to give him a heart attack trying to go to war with this oppressor. But yeah, these things are happening very quickly. We can enjoy ourselves. Matter of fact, somebody give you that precept as well. Hold on. Let me see. Give me some Matthew 24:38. I don't want to get caught slipping. Also, in what is it? 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, it talks about the Lord will come like a thief in the night. Yeah.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 38.
Matter of fact, start at verse 36.
Verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man.
Right. No,
not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
Right. Read.
Verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right. So this is a good hint or a good clue of how things are gonna be when Christ returns. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be where everyone is in a dire and stressed out situation. It's gonna be like this. Read.
Verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking,
right,
marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Right, if you can, Trooper. Yeah, like they were marrying, eating, drinking, enjoying themselves, partying, raving, doing drugs, all those things that America is known for, all these European nations are known for. That's exactly how it is. Like, it reminds me of when Palestine or Gaza allegedly, or Hamas allegedly attacked Israel. They were literally having a rave till 7 a.m, just enjoying their life, and then attacks come. You know what I'm saying? People are not going to see this coming because they're going to be distracted. It might be something that happened. Oh, this thing is going on. It's a plague, COVID, whatever, 25. But then we resolved it. And let's get back to party. And then it's going to be bam, out of nowhere. So we just got to be vigilant. You know what I mean? We got to stay focused, stay locked in, get more rooted in the truth, because it's going to be like this, man. There's going to be people that think nothing is wrong, enjoying themselves, when it's going to be a wrap, right? And that's why it says the Lord will come like a thief in the night. Shalom, brother. Shalom. All right. Anything else, though? Any questions? Anything? Go ahead.
Can I get a general breakdown on John 1:1? I know Captain Daria.
All right. This is the word.
Yeah.
Right.
Because like Christians like to use it to say that this is talking about Jesus and God.
Right. Right.
Oh, you got it. This is the book of John, chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word.
Right.
And the Word was with God. And the Word was God.
Right. Verse 2.
Verse 2. The same was in the beginning with God.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3, all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made.
Right. So go ahead, break it down.
No, it's like it's saying like in the beginning was the word,
Right.
which is the scriptures, and the word was God, and the word was with God, and the word was God. Right?
Yeah, you confuse me.
I don't want you to break it.
Nah, I know, but that's how. If you know One West, that's how they do. Huh? Don't say that to Jim Hyman. That's what he's gonna say, though. He's gonna tell you to break it down, see where you at with it, where you understand it. Go ahead.
First of all, I just want to say thank you.
Right on.
Appreciate the opportunity to share.
So,
the word of God, the name of God,
mhm.
that's what I see. In the
Okay.
beginning with that energy. We know in Genesis, Elohim is the term used, and after that, we can term Yah, Yahweh is used, that we're familiar with. So I see it because I'm Hebrew.
Mhm.
I see it like that.
Mhm.
You know, in the Christian world, they want to say it was Jesus.
Mhm.
That's what they want to say. They use the virgin birth as their cornerstone,
Mhm.
that Mary had a baby and had no husband.
Right.
That's teaching Christianity.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
We don't teach that here in the
I
UPK.
appreciate
Right.
just the fact that y'all think and love. I'm just so thankful.
Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ.
Thank you for sharing
All right.
them thoughts.
All right.
with brothers.
No sweat. No sweat. All right, Triple, you want to take a shot at it? There you go. Read it again from the top. Yep.
This is the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning was the Word,
Right.
and the Word was with God,
Right.
and the Word was God.
Right.
The same was in the beginning with God.
Right.
All things were made by him, and without him was not made anything that was made.
Right. So, okay. Well, go ahead.
I think it's just like whatever God said,
Mhm.
that was the word. Whatever he made, like, or said, that was it. It was just his choice. It was just God's choice to do whatever he wanted. That was his word.
Okay. So, all right, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna bring it back from the top and read it slowly. All right. All right. Go ahead.
In the beginning was the word.
Right. So, in the beginning, the Lord. I thought the sister had her hand right. You did. Okay. Go ahead, sis. You want to take a shot at it?
So I can say, would this mean that essentially the law was always here? Meaning that essentially, like from Adam and going forward, the law was always in existence, meaning that because once I made everything already and things were set forth,
Mhm.
the law was always here. So nothing has changed.
Not quite. So that's not quite it. All right. The thing that trips up Christians is the word when it says the word was God. Right. So in their mind, they're taking this as meaning Christ is the most high. But that's not what it's saying because of our culture, what the word God actually means in the Bible. So read it again.
In the beginning was the word.
Right. In the beginning, the Lord spoke and created Christ. He created Christ first. That was the first creation. I think it was in Hebrews in the 13th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. We can find that. It's either Hebrews 13, 15, somewhere in there. But Christ was the first creation, right? Keep going.
And the word was with God.
Right. If you change the word to power instead of God, the word was with power. Christ did have power. Read.
And the word was God.
Right. And the word was power. He did have power. Keep going.
Verse 2, the same was in the beginning with God.
Right. So he was the first creation of all things that were made, and everything after Christ was made through Christ. Then the angels, then everything else that was created in the world. You understand? So I know brother might have a different understanding, but this is the breakdown according to the precept upon precept, line upon line. You understand? So all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. Read verse 4.
Verse 3.
So I can go ahead.
Verse 3, all things were made by him,
Mm-hmm.
and without him was not anything made that was made.
Right. And so this is talking about Christ. You know what I'm saying? This is the introduction to the story. When you go further down, it starts talking about the story of where John the Baptist came and started to prepare a way for Christ. Let's go to that precept. Go to Hebrews. Let's see, Hebrews. Let's say that too far. Hold on. Let's see. Let me just look it up real quick. What is this? Oh, shoot. It's like I'm off. Colossians 1:15. There might be another one I'm looking for in Hebrews too. One and 15. Da-da-da. Do start at verse 13.
Colossians.
Yeah, Colossians 1 and 13.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 1 and verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Who has delivered us from the power of darkness?
Right, nice and strong.
Who has delivered us from the power of darkness?
Right.
And has translated us into the kingdom of his dear son.
Of who?
Of his dear son.
Right, read.
In whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins.
Right, verse 15, to give you the context.
Verse 15, Who is the image of the invisible God.
Right, he is the image of the invisible power, the Most High, because Christ represented the Most High by following his rules, by following his commandments. Or was the precept, maybe that was the one in Hebrews they were talking about the other day, where it says he didn't think it was robbery to make himself equal to God or to forgive sins. This is a precept to go with that as well, that Christ, in representing the Most High, is able to speak with authority, able to teach, able to heal, able to do all these things because he's in one accord. Him and his Father are one, not the same way that the Christian mind wants to make them the same person, and he's having schizophrenic conversations with the Lord when he's praying to him, but he is one body the same way that we say we one body in the truth, that me and my brother are one, or you and your rib are one. Y'all moving on one accord. There is no discrepancy in the direction that you're going in. Right, keep going.
The firstborn of every creature.
Right, that's what's talking about in John 1 and 1. Keep going.
Verse 16, For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth.
Right.
Visible and invisible.
Right.
Whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. all things were created by him and for him.
Right. So in this too, we always know it's important to understand the difference between all these other religions, what they call polytheistic. They have multiple gods. They believe in this God, that God, that God, that God. Separated the God of the Bible was unifying and saying there's one God, there's one power, there is the Most High God. And the Lord always deals in one. So he's one power. He got one son. He's dealing with one nation of people. He has a favorite bird. He has a favorite flower. He has a favorite everything. There's a oneness with the Most High that's consistent. And so using Christ to create everything that's like the simplest and straightforward way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Why sit out here and start going to do all this? He made a very powerful thing. This powerful thing made more powerful things and delegated that power down, you know what I mean, to the angels. That's why we call them Elohim, or the powers. You know what I'm saying? The angels. So, the Tawab, any other questions? All right. All right. Let's go ahead. Any questions? I see Sister had one. Forgive me, my voice right. Let's wake it up. So, go ahead, sis.
Talking, sir, but it's also, the previous scripture we looked at in this scripture list also goes to reincarnation with, from Adam and from different prophets, Christ, essentially that lineage, since that power was only dealt with certain people, that prophecy was only dealt with certain people at certain times.
Wouldn't necessarily. Okay, let me see. Make sure I'm hearing your question right. Are you saying which part of the precept makes you think of that? He's saying because all things. Because I wouldn't necessarily use it as a reincarnation precept, because it's going to. Yeah, it's just I wouldn't use it for that. Yeah. But maybe if I can see where you're seeing that at, maybe I can answer your question better.
That's when it was brought out that he dealt with only one person at one time.
Okay.
Well, the line essentially until he gets his from him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you're talking about the oneness. In that sense, because Christ wasn't always here, you know what I mean, in the fleshly sense. I just want to make sure I'm saying this right. So Christ being one, it seems like it could get a little confusing. So I wouldn't correlate it with him being reincarnated, even though he is the same spirit. We all are the same spirit too. But this is more just predicated just on how the power that Christ had, and he was the high, like he's the King of all kings, the Lord of all lords. It's the Most High, then Christ, the first begotten. You know what I'm saying? And this spirit is different than other spirits. I'll say it like that. So I go ahead up.
All right, so just to add on to that, you're saying that it's not the same soul, not a recycled soul, like from Adam.
It's the same spirit. I'm saying that this topic, it's not really addressing Christ's reincarnation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's literally just addressing the essence of who Christ is and his spirit. However, if someone wanted to say, give me a precept for reincarnation, I wouldn't pull this one, if that makes sense. Yeah. There's other precepts that you could use to pull that. All right. Award, did you have some question or comments?
Like you said, so if I can get you to clear something up, I was actually thinking about this yesterday, last night, I was actually thinking about this, on my way back. And I was actually gonna give Captain a call,
Mhm.
to clarify this. So for some reason, like, this popped in my head yesterday on that long drive back. So since we're on the subject of reincarnation, I know that, okay, it said that, that you will see. So let me clarify. So will I see my grandmother, my father, and my mother again, sir?
If okay, go ahead. Yeah, let's wake it up, man.
Well, you know,
Go ahead, Doc.
don't they come in the form of our children, sir? Like say
Right,
like,
right, right.
Your grandmother or your father dies, or you know what I mean, that person comes in the form of your child. Is it possible, just to add on to that, like, is it possible to recognize these people?
So yeah, I'm gonna answer. Is there anybody know the precept for that? Let me get the precept for that. This is give me, I think, Matthew 22 and verse 30. So, all right. When someone is coming back, right, they come in generations. So if you had some kid right now, it's not going to be your father who just passed away three weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be one of your forefathers from prior time, right? But if anyone is coming back and it's at the same time period, it doesn't even matter at that point because of this right here. Let's go Matthew 22. See, I don't want to mess up my sword with this code. 22 and verse. I'll give you the context of this. Blah, blah, blah. So the Sadducees, they came to Christ and they were asking him. Let's just read it. Verse 23. Let's go to verse 23.
Okay.
Let's read it real quick. All right.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 23. In the same day came to him the Sadducees,
Right.
which say there is no resurrection, and asked him, saying, Master, Moses said, if a man die, having no children,
right,
his brother shall marry his wife and raise up seed.
Right. So the Sadducees had an issue with reincarnation. Christ teaching reincarnation. There was different factions and different breakdowns. Some people believe there is no resurrection or there is no reincarnation, and they knew that Christ taught this. So they're trying to trap him up in this because they said this is a law that Moses had said. If someone's brother dies and they don't have any children, he's supposed to raise up seed to his brother. Keep reading.
And raise up seed unto his brother. Now there were with us 7 brethren, and the first, when he had married a wife, deceased, and having no issue, left his wife unto his brother. Right. Likewise, the second also, and the third, unto the 7th.
Right. So she married this brother, didn't have any children with him. He died. The other brother slept with her, married her. He died. All of them did this till 7 brothers. None of them had got her pregnant. She didn't have any children. Right. Keep going.
And the last of all the women died also. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife shall she be of the 7th? For they all have it. Right. So once again, you experience this when you're in the truth as well. And if you battle and you fall for this trap, then you will
you won't come out on top in that situation. So this is why we say Christ was the coldest battler, because you remember when we was battling that devil at the slavery, and I gave him a scenario. I'm like, if you could imagine if he didn't understand slavery and why we deserve to get compensated for going through slavery. I'm like, if you have somebody living in a house and they get robbed of the house, and you put this kid in the basement, you working for years and years, blah, blah, blah. And should that person give that house back to the original owner's children? And they're like, he's like, that is too hard to understand. Or that is too unlikely, it's improbable. However, it happened to 40 million of us, 100 million of us, but you can't understand the scenario happening in one situation. This is what's going on here, but it's actually right. Like, what are the odds of this even happening? You see what I'm saying? So they're not asking this question to really get an answer. Excuse me. They're asking it to trap Christ to say something that sounds crazy so they can prove that he's lying when he's talking about reincarnation. So the odds of a man sleeping with a woman dying, then his brother, and then all of them passed on 7 times. They went to the most extreme, improbable situation in order to cut Christ. Go ahead.
Oh God. Verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
Yahushua answered and said unto them,
Mm-hmm.
Ye do err.
He said, y'all done effed up now. You know what I'm saying? Ye do err. Y'all are messing up. Go ahead.
Not knowing the scripture.
Doing what?
Not knowing the scripture.
Right. So you're supposed to be wise and have all this knowledge about the Bible, but you don't understand the Bible that you've been reading all this time. That's another thing we always say. When you get into a battle, it's like, you don't know the Bible. You're saying these things, but you really don't know the precepts. You don't understand what you're talking about. And this is how Christ was cutting him. Go ahead.
Nor the power of God.
Right. Mm-hmm.
For in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage,
Uh-huh.
but are as the angels of God in heaven.
Right. So for in the resurrection, they're neither marrying or given into marriage. They're not going to go and be, you're not going to be resurrected as a little child and then see or reincarnated and be like, oh, that was my wife from then. It's like you are going to be as the angels. You are going to be starting new. You're not going to have a remembrance of the former things. So all these things. I was Joan of Arc in another life. And people always want to tell you that. I met somebody in New Orleans in my slavery. He told me he remembers his past life and he used to be an Irishman. And then he was, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, you don't. You were high. You were off of LSD or something. You know what I'm saying? You having a trip and you think you were recalling all these former lives. You know what I mean? In the resurrection, in the reincarnation, there is no remembrance of these former things. Keep reading.
But as touching the resurrection of the dead, have ye not read that which was spoken unto you by God, saying, I am the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. Right.
So what is this saying? He is not the power or the God of the dead. Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, they are here again. They are reincarnated. He is not the power of the dead, but of the living. And so these spirits that have gone on, they come back in the earth, but you don't know who they are. You don't know who Abraham, who Isaac, who Jacob is. They have that same spirit on them, but they are a different person now. You understand? And so you're not going to be looking for your rib from 2,000 years ago. You're going to get a new rib and you would never know. You know what I'm saying? And there's something about this woman, this sister. She got a great spirit. It could be one of your foremothers or forefathers. You know what I'm saying? But you will never know in that instance. You know what I mean? Swap. Yeah. Is there anything behind that question though? Seems like it's a little bit deeper than just that.
So I get no, sir. It was just I had a long ride.
Okay.
Back. And
Right,
I
right,
just-
right,
I had the radio on, and I was just
Thinking.
I do that a lot.
No.
I don't have the radio on. I just be thought,
What's in the
and
verse?
it just came up.
Okay.
But the only reason why that kind of came up is because we had brushed over this before,
Mhm.
right? But in like the Christian culture,
Mhm.
for example, like the Jehovah's Witness, my auntie, she lost her son in front of my face
Right.
when I was like 13 years old. And a lot of times when we talk, and she's telling me, she's like, yeah, I miss him, and I miss. She's talking about my dad,
Mhm.
and she's like, but we don't see him again.
Right.
And so it's just kind of contrary, sir.
Mhm.
So it's just like I was just driving, and it just popped into my mind, like,
Mhm.
will I ever see him again?
Mhm.
And just like Ashiar asked, like, if I see him,
Right.
would I recognize him if he is coming in another form, as far as like a grandchild or a cousin of mine or something like that? So it was just something that I was
Right.
wondering, so.
Right. So there's a precept on that as well. Like it says, don't go into like endless genealogies, right? In vain genealogies, because you trying to figure that out. Okay, why is it glorious not to remember? Go ahead. Because we like you said, in the Christian mindset, for one, they don't believe in reincarnation, so that kind of changes that. They think they're gonna go. I remember Nadazal said in I think at camp one time, he's like, you think you're gonna be in heaven with you, your grandma, and Hitler, you know what I'm saying, all together and just having a good time. Tupac, Biggie, everybody floating around with little angels, you know what I'm saying, enjoying themselves. But if reincarnation is real and we do come back into the earth, why is forgetting glorious and righteous?
So like because it relieves the mourning of who that person was formerly, like
Mm-hmm.
kind of wipes away the pain that that person had in their life.
Yeah, damn right. I forgot it, man. And then just imagine this is not a one-time rodeo. Like, how could you even move forward in life if every day you remember and you just walking by? It's like one of the movies, and you just start remembering that you was running as a slave down this, through the forest. The next thing you know, you think about, man, when the Romans came, and the other time you're thinking about, man, when I miss my wife from back when Jonah was around. Like, you would be schizophrenic trying to process and remember all these different things, let alone if you went through a tragic life before. It's like, damn, we got enough to counsel a sister that been molested 20 years ago. Can you imagine we got to counsel this sister that she going through something 4,000 years ago? It'd be ridiculous. You know what I mean? So we process, okay, I love how grandma made them yams and I want to meet grandma again and enjoy the yams. But in order for that to make sense, you'd have to take in a whole lot of other things. So it's best to just, you still have that spirit, though. That's the most important thing. Like, you see it in our brothers and sisters that there's just something about this person. You know what I'm saying? And if you have children, they come with their own spirit. You didn't create that. No matter what you do as a parent, this kid was born with something there that you can't put in them. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know it's of the Lord. And so they have always been people that have just come with different vibes, different spirit on them. You know what I'm saying? And it's glorious to witness to see that. Somebody else had something? All right. Cool. I know you was gonna say something. I don't know if you remember it. I'm gonna cut you off too quick. All right. Let's reset. Let's see. It would be extremely grievous with all those thoughts and memories. Yeah. I'm wondering why Fred Hampton and any other powerful revolutionary minds didn't practice any religion. That's a good question. I'm gonna answer that for this brother online. Why didn't these powerful revolutionaries practice any other religion? Because a lot of people coming up, especially for Fred Hampton was a Black Panther. This time period, there was a big move of following the Communist Party. And they said religion is the opium of the masses. And so they start to realize certain things that are very true about the church, about religion, but they end up throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I remember Commander Giuliani said that. Like when Malcolm X was coming along and the Nation of Islam, they started to say, you know, the white man teaches Christianity, white Jesus, and all of these things he teaches us. We're going to go away from the Bible. We're going to go into Islam because they felt it was superior because of how they were using the Bible. But he's saying, don't throw the whole book out. It's not something wrong with the book. It's something wrong with the teachers. And this is the same thing. So when it comes to men like this, their love for their people, they are seeing the results of following Christianity and saying they don't want anything to do with it, which is almost right, right? I mean, there's absolutely right to not want to do anything with Christianity, but throwing away and getting away from the Bible is something that it was not right. However, at these time periods, there was no one teaching the truth anyway. So you could argue, what could they have really gravitated towards anyway? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Thank you again for letting me share. One of the things that I recognize in the question about Fred Hampton is that he, along with those who were shot before him, Malcolm, Shabazz, Dr. King, and others who were locked up in Mississippi. The FBI had a program, those are favorite counterintelligence program.
Right.
Document itself, it prevent the rise of a messiah, someone who can unify and electrify the militant Black nationalist movement. So all of those men were at the edge, of doing just that when they were taken. So there's always been a calculated movement against our people. Yeah, they sit in their offices and they make calculated plans, they train their agents and all these kind of things. So in that same context of the Messiah, someone who could unify and electrify our people, that is the same time frame that an Exodus took place out of Chicago to Liberia.
Okay.
They're one of the Hebrew brothers that I work with,
Right.
And that energy to bring our people to the higher levels was activated at that time.
Okay. So I understand what you're saying, brother. And I know we coming into the lion's den, as we say, you know what I'm saying? Not here to battle, but, in ISUPK, we are some hardcore brothers, right? So we teach that there is no other Israelite group, right? And not to offend, but the truth, I am rude in speech, you know what I'm saying? But not in what? What does the Bible say? He says, I am rude in speech, but not in, go ahead. Not according to knowledge, right? So I know you're a good brother and you have, good intentions, right? But that was not supposed to happen according to following Christ. You know what I'm saying? We are only going to follow Christ out of the Bible. You understand? And he did not say we were going to go into the promised land with any other man than him. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to, we can get into it. We can go into precepts. We want to change the topics. We can change topics. But that is not what we teach in the Israelite School of UPK. All right. No sweat. Let's go ahead. Let's get into tonight's topic. Like I said, let's research. I see some brothers getting tired, man. Brothers been up all night. You know what I mean? Get that brother a shot. You need a shot, ICR. We're going to have this brother read. You know what I'm saying? Give our war a hand, too, as well, man. This brother out here driving all night, working all night. He got forced slavery. He's probably a Benjamite. You understand? On the low, he done being reincarnated as a Benjamite back in the earth. You know what I'm saying? But these things that we are dealing with today, I wanted to address. Adam was not deceived. Let's go ahead and get, should we start there? Let's just go to Genesis real quick. We'll get through some precepts. With 8:17, let's see how many precepts we can move through tonight. And then I'll play the video. So let's go Genesis chapter 3. Go ahead. Adam was not deceived.
Adam was not.
Adam was not deceived. He was not in the transgression. Eve was. Right? Let's go to 3. Let's go to the root of this. Let's go to verse 2. 3 and 2. Yep. Go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 2.
Right.
And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden.
Right.
Verse 3.
Mhm.
But the fruit of the tree
Right.
which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
Right. So this is the order that the Most High gave to Eve, not to eat of this fruit, lest she die. Keep reading.
Verse 5. For God doth not, that's like it does know.
Did we read verse 4?
It's like, yeah.
Okay. So,
Well, I'll read it.
yeah.
Verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 5. For God does know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil.
Right. And so this thing right here is the same tactics that your oppressor uses on Black and Latino women to this day. Uses on Blacks, Latinos, and Native American women to this day to deceive them. That saying, if you follow me, you are going to have some power. They have so many numbers and statistics out there that say Black women are the most educated group damn near in the country. You know what I'm saying? However, with all that education, the condition of our people is worse. Get that brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that is a deception that you gaining your independence and you gaining some power that I've given you has actually not only put you in a worse position, put your man in a worse position, put your nation in a worse position, trying to usurp that authority that was given to Adam and disobeying the Most High God, right? And so let's see. She gave it to Adam. We'll just drop down to verse 11.
Verse 11. And he said, who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldst not eat?
Right. So when we go in Ezekiel, you can find the precepts where it talks about the trees, where different nations of people, they're hiding themselves among the trees, hiding themselves among the cultures of these other nations. This knowledge of good and evil, if you have never gotten high off of weed before, you don't have the knowledge of good and evil. You just only have the knowledge of good, of not getting high. But now, once you smoke, you know that it's a good feeling from this. If you've never snorted cocaine and you do it, now you know what it's like. And it's not a bad thing. It's a good feeling. This is why it's highly addictive and why it's wrong and why people get stuck on these drugs. The Lord would have it that you never try cocaine. So you don't have the knowledge of good and evil. You don't want to have the knowledge of what it's like to go ahead and rob a bank and get away with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, damn, okay, I can do it again. You ever watch those movies and wonder, like, you got away with robbing a bank? You robbed, what do they call it? The people that drop off the Brinks truck? Cats get away with that. And then they go and do it again and go and do it again. It's like, in my mind, yeah, they get addicted to it. And the adrenaline, in my mind, it's like, if I got away with it once, I would never do it again. You know what I'm saying? But they think that they're unstoppable in that. And they just keep going because they have the knowledge of how to get away with it. So they think they can do it again and keep being successful until it catches up with you. Oh, man, yeah, I can snort a little powder and go to work. You know what I'm saying? You didn't lose your job on day one. You still had your wife on day one. You know what I'm saying? You still were operating and managing things, but 6 months later, a year down the line, 10 years later, you done lost everything, your car, your job, your car, your family, because of that knowledge of evil has caught up with you. And so the Lord is trying to prevent that for Eve and Adam, but she got deceived thinking that she could gain some type of power that she didn't have by getting this knowledge, right? And so let's go to let's keep going.
Verse 12.
Right.
And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat.
Right. So what's going on right here? Trooper? What is Adam doing?
You listen to Eve, sir.
Right, but what is his answer to the Most High?
Oh, like,
What do you call that? It's another word.
He's not taking accountability.
Right.
He's saying she made me do it.
Right. Give him a hand. And when you drop down to what, verse 17, this is how you know he messed up.
Verse 17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife,
Right.
and hast eaten of the tree which I commanded thee, saying,
Right.
thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake.
Mm-hmm.
In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life.
Good night. Like, could you imagine if he would have just been like, Salaki, I messed up. You know what I'm saying? I should have been better. I should have checked her. I should have corrected her. I should have done what I was told to do. That's on me, my Lord. It could have went in a whole different direction. He like, since you want to sit here in front of my face and blame her, you know what I'm saying? When I put you in charge, that is bad leadership. You're going to have to learn a lesson now. Now, because you listen to her, and on top of that, you don't want to even take accountability of it, you're going to get extra punishment for this. You know what I'm saying? So as leaders of our people, of our nation, we always want, as men, you know what I'm saying? We want to hold ourselves accountable for things and not deflect or try to, like the brother said on here, not being accountable for those things, right? But with that being said, let's go to 1 Peter's chapter 3, right? This is important. So in these last days, right, Satan knows how to get to our people. It's like, you know what I mean? They always say this about Israelites, Judites for sure, especially. Like Esau studies us more than anything else, Hakim. Like he knows, they want to know what makes black men tick, what makes them move, what makes them happy, what makes them sad. They want to be able to read your facial expression. They want to know everything about you, because in order to make this economy work, they have to understand what's on Julio's mind. They have to know that he is going to get off of work and buy a 24-pack of Modelo's. He's going to go home. He's going to get some tortillas. He's going to get some of this, and he's going to enjoy himself. He might snort a little powder. He might even snort a little meth. Hey, this car be getting hot. It's lucky. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But he's going to get up in the morning. He's going to go to work. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. We got him in this box. You start seeing anything different out of that, it's a problem. That's why the Black Panthers, and like you said, Fred Hampton, he's moving. He's talking to the gang members. Y'all not trying to go and kill each other. Y'all not trying to go and rob little old women. This is a problem. This is a threat. We need you in this box, like that movie Tyrone. We need you living that same day every day over and over again. You get outside of that, it's a problem. So Satan's going to study you in the spiritual sense and know how to get to you. And there's three main things that will get a brother out of the truth. Y'all know what those are? What are the three main things that get a brother out of the truth? Let's see.
Money,
Okay.
women,
Yep.
and So like a lack of brotherhood.
That can go all together. But let's see. You have the first two. So those are absolutely correct. It's already been good.
Once we are own leader.
Nope. It's all in the same, but nah, that's not it. And I wore, you should know this. If you don't, we're gonna talk to your Ragabah. 3 things gonna get a brother out of the truth: money, women.
So like you, sir, if it's not brotherhood, then would it be
Brotherhood is all those reasons. If you lack brotherhood, you'll leave for some money. You lack brotherhood, you'll leave for a woman. You lack brotherhood, you're going to go and do what? Go ahead. Well, let's see what the brother got.
So, would it be to get high, sir?
Damn right. Those are price. That's it. That's the 3. That's the main 3 things. I got to be careful up here using. I'm just counting, but they're gonna be Kassar and Illuminati. He doing weird shit. I don't even be thinking about that. Those 3 things. I don't know how to do it the righteous way. 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Those 3 things are the typical things that'll get a brother out of the truth. And if you are not vigilant and seeing the devil is going to go like a roaring lion and see where he can attack you at. And the most powerful one out of that, it can't be drugs and it can't be money. It's going to be that woman, right? Because if you ask even the coldest drug addict, would you want a world full of crack and no women? Would you want a world full of women and no crack? Would you want a world full of money and no women? Or a world full of money, or women and no money? You know what I'm saying? Like, as a man, I mean, like I said, there's beautiful places on planet Earth, man. You go to the islands, you go to the goddamn mountains. I'm driving through the Bay Area. All these things are beautiful and glorious. You can go snorkeling, snowboard. The earth is glorious. But women, you know what I'm saying? Like, give a damn about the ocean. You know what I mean? The Lord made an amazing creature. You know what I'm saying? And women are very powerful. The captain made a post the other day. He said that a submissive woman really controls her man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the power that women have in righteousness can be used for good. Like I was telling the sister the other day, she had a good personality with the brother at the slave yesterday. I'm like, man, you use that for good and righteousness. You could motivate a man to do something positive. And this society has trained women to use it for evil. So we see the Cardi B's, we see the Sexy Red, we see the Megan Thee Stallions, and this thing that could not only influence men to do wrong, they're using their influence over men to influence women. Like, women are following them because they see the power that they have over men. You understand? So that's what Satan will use. Let's go ahead. I'm going to try to be a little bit quicker. Let's go to Luke chapter 3.
What about First Peter?
1 Peter chapter 3.
First Peter 3.
Let's start at verse C. All this stuff is very good. Man. And the grace. Where does it say for Eve was in the transgression? Am I skipping over that? Am I looking at the wrong one? Hold on. That's my preset. Salakia. That's the most important one, I think.
First Peter 3:7.
Is that what is that? Nah. Let's go to 1 Timothy. My fault. 1 Peter 3. We'll come to that next, but let's go to 1 Timothy 2:14. My fault. Salakia.
2:14.
Yeah. 1 Timothy 2:14. Let's see. Let's go to, this is, start at verse 9.
This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, and verse 9.
Right.
In like manner also, that women adore themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and subverting, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array.
Right. So it's not saying, some people may misinterpret saying women can't braid their hair, can't, beautify themselves with jewelry or anything like that. This saying that the way a woman should adorn herself, or the same way like you adorn a Christmas tree, is to add things to it to make it beautiful. The way a woman should make herself beautiful is with modesty, and it's not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array. Meaning the things that should attract a woman are not the outward things. But read verse 10.
Verse 10, but which becometh women professing godliness with good works.
With what?
With good works.
Your actions, your character, your spirit. Those are the things that should make a woman attractive. Society has boiled them down to just their physical body. You go on social media, all you seeing is women show their body. We're getting to the point where people that should be considered elderly women are showing their body on the internet and getting thousands and thousands of likes, hundreds of thousands of likes. The woman, Tracy Ellis Ross, she damn near 60 years old. Tony Braxton, you understand? Janet Jackson, Halle Berry. These women have seen no value in themselves other than their body, and they find self-esteem by showing it to the world, which is sad. Like, it's sad to have to teach that to an 11-year-old. Like, baby, you're more than your body and flesh. And these boys are going to start, you 12, 13, this is what's going to happen. They're going to start coming and looking at you, and they're going to tell you you're so fine and you're so beautiful. If you are dumb and stupid, you're going to listen to them and think this cat cares about you, and because he said you fine and you attracted to him, so you didn't pay attention to nothing else about him other than how he made you feel, complimenting you on your body. And then you see the other girls in your class, they're getting all the attention from the boys, and so you want to dress like them in order to gain attention, to have value in yourself, when you're not realizing the end result of that woman doing that. That's a very sad way to live your life. Like, beauty is fleeting. You know what I'm saying? Halle Berry is a beautiful woman, but she is not a 25-year-old beautiful woman. She's a 60-year-old beautiful woman. And that is a good thing to be. But why are you competing with this 25-year-old beautiful woman who doesn't know herself and doesn't have any value in herself? And you've lived your whole goddamn life almost out of here, and you still haven't found value in yourself. You should be raising up this young sister to show her that there's more than life. And it's almost like they have convinced women, which is the tricks of Satan, to do the things that men want. Like, men want to see a half-naked woman on social media, and they're like, this is me being free. Objectifying yourself. You know what I'm saying? In the 90s, they used to blame the rappers. These rappers got all these women here naked in the videos. I remember my cousin, she was like, man, all these rappers got all these white women in the videos. Even me, I'm telling you, I'm 11, 12 years old. All these white girls in the video half naked. I'm like, does she want black women to be in the video half naked? Like, what do they want? You know what I'm saying? What do you want from me? Do you want brothers to treat our sisters like trash or treat them like trash? What is the gain in women considering themselves free by showing men more of what men want to see anyway? You know what I'm saying? You're prostituting yourself. You don't even need the rapper to put you in a video. You're going to go on social media and do it yourself. Go ahead, Doc.
Like you, sir, what you're saying is so heavy. I remember a while back, General Muhammad was talking about this exact same subject, and he was saying that some of the sisters in the truth was saying, like, what can we do? What should we do? Like, we righteous sisters, and we looking for men, we're looking for righteous men,
Right.
but all they doing is looking at these females
Mhm.
on social media that's half naked.
Right.
What should we do? Like,
Right.
we're not even getting the attention that we deserve
Mhm.
as righteous women because
Mhm.
they're looking at these, these men is paying too much attention to these women. And
Right.
that's when General Hyman was saying it's us as men to stop this trend that's going on.
Right.
Now. We are the ones. We have the control of this. We have to stop. We have to start ostracizing these women.
That's right.
And what you're saying is definitely so true. I seen what's her name? Diana Ross's sister. You was
Just
just
the
mentioning.
daughter, yeah,
I
Tracy Ellie Ross.
I've
Yeah, yeah.
seen her on social media, and
Mhm.
it's like, wow, like she's never acted like this.
Mhm.
Even the sister that played on Bernie Mac's TV show,
Yeah, yeah.
the young daughter.
Yep.
And you starting to see
She got her
a lot of-
OnlyFans or something like that.
You starting to see
Actually, y'all told me about it.
Yeah, come on, sir.
It's like it. That's yeah. Go ahead. It's like it. Yeah.
What you are saying is true, and it's like these sisters are considered high value sisters because they are talented, they are smart,
Right.
and they
I'm
are
joking too.
loving
So like,
and they're not getting the attention, and they want the attention that these other women is getting. So they
Right.
want themselves.
and if I
So,
get that brother hand, right? And if I may, to just add on to it, they say that attention is a drug. They're getting high off of that attention. That dopamine that's spiking in their brain, it's not any coincidence. Like there's something overcoming them, and it's a demon, you know what I mean? That is literally talking to them and making them feel good. All their insecurities, all those things that they are not confident in, they have put into gaining attention from other people in the world. You know what I'm saying? So that social media, they say it's just like snorting cocaine. It's just like getting high. This attention that they're getting from it. Real quick. All right.
Like, sir, I had no idea you.
So yeah, he had to for the record. Yeah. I'm talking. That's General Hyman too, for sure. He said, Most High in Christ. For the record, but nah, let's keep going with the precepts.
Verse 11, let the woman learn in silence
Mhm.
with all subjection.
Right. Keep reading.
But I suffer not a woman to teach,
Mhm.
nor to usurp authority over the man,
That's right.
but to be in silence.
Right. So this precept right here is like ice, or what is that? Like when they scratch the chalkboard to Christian women. You know what I'm saying? They like, how are you going to say this? This is not what my pastor taught. My pastor conveniently skipped over this over and over again, or tried to make it mean something else. So let the women learn in silence with all subjection. That doesn't mean a woman can't come to class and ask questions, make comments, you understand, or say anything at all. But it's the coming into the class and learning from the prophets and trying to battle, right? Usurping the authority over the man as the person that is teaching the class or operating or running that classroom. The women are supposed to come in silence in that spirit and that vibe, right? Keep going.
For Adam was first formed,
Right.
then Eve.
Right. And what do they say was wrong with the black community? We don't have enough black men leading the households. Black men are not in charge. Black men are doing this. Black men are doing that. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't charge the black man for not being a man and then want to be equal to the man. You understand? At some point in time, in order to let him lead, you're going to have to get behind him. You understand? And this is the order that the Lord set up. Keep reading.
And Adam was not deceived,
Uh-huh.
but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
Right. So her following this serpent, listening to your oppressor this day, was where she messed up. And Adam was not deceived. He followed her into this destruction. So the first step in a lot of ways of failure for our people is when men are not strong enough to resist what their woman is saying if it's going against the Lord. That makes sense. Like if you are going to be weak and follow your woman, you don't deserve that position to be in charge. You understand? And women will test a man. You know what I mean? They will test you, but you have to deal with them in a certain way. And this is what this Bible is for. This is what class is for. This is what counsel is for. Let me get. Let's go back to First Peter. Let's read verse 15 before we leave this one, if you're still here.
Verse 15, notwithstanding,
Right?
she shall be saved in childbearing, if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety.
Right. There is something glorious about a woman raising up a child and the sacrifices that they have to go through and the way their body changes and the sleep they lose. All these things, that amount of selflessness is a part of what can make a woman overcome that desire to be selfish and carnal, which is why a lot of women in today's society fall victim to these things, because they're taught to be selfish. They're taught to worry about getting that degree because independence has warped their mind. And if you're going to be independent, then you have no need to let these walls down to follow a man or even care about your children. So when you have these abortions, you are doing it for yourself. You're saying, I need to get this career. I need to get this money. I don't have any of this plan. You don't care about the child. You're going to give up this child for yourself and maybe even try to convince yourself that it's about saving the child, which makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Said no one ever. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, you about to go through some struggles because of me. Let me go ahead and kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is not the Spirit of the Lord. That's Satan. But with that being said, raising that child up is how she can overcome those things, because she is going to have to learn how to be selfless. And that can be a pathway to seeing a sister turn a leaf. This is what that precept is about. Somebody has something? Go ahead.
Sorry, sir. I was going to say, I don't know why brothers just don't sit up there and flag those photos and flag
Right.
those videos of
Right.
those thirst traps and stuff like
That's a good question. Yeah, I did want to address that as well. What I wore said, that is the part of the accountability as men not to love whores. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a brother in the truth, like, you should not be liking or trying to follow these whore. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is weakness. You know what I'm saying? The flesh is a powerful thing. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that will get you out of the truth. We're saying it over and over again. And if you can't control your spirit, then she is in charge of you.
that. Right.
You know what I'm saying? When the day comes for that test comes, you can't even not follow this broad. You ain't never gonna see. So you know that woman in that room with you done for. You know what I'm saying? You about to lose this. You willing to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got to be strong. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to control yourself, and then you can be in charge of others. You know what I'm saying? And that shit, and that, excuse my language, that takes time as brothers grow. I was thinking about this, especially like when it comes to like eating food. You know what I'm saying? Joe Rogan was talking to this Edomite, and the devil going up with his weight, down with his weight. And he was like, it's an interesting thing with food addiction. It's like, okay, if you are a heroin addict and you quit heroin, once you get over it, you're done. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to food, you never have to stop eating. You're going to have to eat. You know what I'm saying? If you have a food addiction, it's like you're always in this battle. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to put it with women. It's like, damn, you got to get in control of yourself with women, but you're never going to give up women. So you know what I mean? You're going to have to become extremely disciplined, you know what I mean, in order to navigate that. All right, go ahead, Doc. And that's going to be a good thing to segue into our next precept. We'll go into the Apocrypha after we get Peter's.
So, okay, sir. So,
Go ahead.
this subject, this situation remind me of, I was on social media, I was looking at a couple of clips, and there was one gentleman that was actually saying that, we see what you guys is doing, and speaking about the females, sisters, we see what you guys is doing on social media, and it's entertaining. I share it with my friends. It's entertaining. I mean, we like it, we men, right? But we would never choose you as a wife.
Right.
And I think with me personally, coming into the truth, when you look at a woman as being your potential rib, right? And you look at this type of behavior, it becomes disgusting. So because we men, and we men, right? But you don't want your rib to act in this type of fashion. Right. And you don't want your rib to be showing herself off. Right. So that right there just makes her, what she's doing just disgusting. Right. You look past her when you have that opportunity to speak to this woman, or actually be with this woman, or have some type of relationship with this woman. Right. Outside of sex.
Man, right. Damn right, Doc. Damn right. And to add on to that, that's why it's important to, like, being a nation of people, it changes our reality. It's like when you are in a gang, those are just the niggas from cross town. You an Israelite, those are your cousins. You understand? Tobit said that he was his son Tobias was marrying his sister. He's like, this is my wife and my sister. Not meaning in that sense of his actual sister, but you know what I mean, saying like this is somebody's daughter. We are family. And if you can change your mind to seeing that in those instances, that this is someone's daughter, this is someone's sister, you will begin to feel sad for that. Like if you keep that mindset and just saying, oh, damn, she popping it, she twerking on the thing. It's like, damn, how would you feel if that was your daughter or your sister? You know what I'm saying? What happened to her to get to this point? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would have to happen to my daughter to 10 years from now if she's on social media doing yoga stretching? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not stretching yoga. You're trying to get likes from men. You know what I mean? And you're trying to profit off of something God gave you for your husband. That's something that's very powerful that could, like I said, it could change the world. They making these millions of dollars. Imagine if that energy was used towards our building up our nation. It's the same thing, but it's a completely different result, that we become more destroyed because all that happens to them is they have this low self-esteem, then they objectify their body, then they get lower self-esteem, so they got to buy the Louis Vuitton and buy the purse and buy the weed and buy the whatever, the BBL, and they just destroy them. It's just like Lil' Kim is a perfect example of a crash out for women. Like, she just is so addicted to the attention, and she didn't just self-imploded. You know what I'm saying? But let's go to 1 Peter 3:7. But it all starts with the men too. You know what I'm saying? If the men do not like whores, then women will stop being whores. You know what I'm saying? So that's the accountability that Adam should have taken, and that's what we have to do here in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead. 1 Peter chapter 3.
This is the book of.
Good. Let's go to verse 1. All right.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husband, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
Right. We have countless stories from Esther to Judith, women that were able to use their beauty in order to obtain certain positions and to influence a man. Like a woman being in subjection to her husband, in the American mind, is that she's being ran over, she's being bullied. And in a lot of ways, because we have men that are not raised up in the truth, they are the ones that should be in leadership. They're doing it in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? They thinking being a leader is about being a bully, when really being a leader is like following Christ. Christ said that the head of Christ is the Most High, the head of man is Christ, the head of the woman is the man. Christ, as Christ loved us, is how we should love our wives. So Christ sacrificed. He was a servant. He was a teacher. He did correct you too. You understand? And that is a part of a man. There's going to be a time you have to correct your wife, but they're not men either. You know what I'm saying? That's the wisdom we read in verse 7. All right. There's a lot in here, but for time's sake, I think some of that stuff we already addressed. Let's read verse 7.
Verse 7.
Mhm.
Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge,
Right.
giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel.
Right. The wife is a weaker vessel, doesn't mean she's weak. We got some strong, hardcore sisters in the UPK. We get them a hand. You know what I'm saying? We got some sisters that are absolutely one west to death and will ride or die for the truth. They are the weaker vessel, though. You can't correct your woman like you correct a brother. You know what I'm saying? All right, what are you doing? All right, you out of your goddamn mind. What are you doing riding around doing this and doing that? Get it together. Tighten up. We in Hebrew Academy, we're not friendly out there telling brothers to do this and do that, because we know that can motivate a man and push him to do more with a harsher correction. You know what I'm saying? Because if you are treating them, well, you know, brother, you should just do a couple more push-ups. That ain't gonna make me do 5 more. All right, come on, get it together. You know what I'm saying? Brother man gonna push out. You can't do that with a woman. You gotta deal with a woman according to knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes coming out of the world, brothers think how you correct the woman is the same as dealing with men or wanting them to be soldiers. It's not that. They're emotional. Their mouth is gonna run. You gotta maintain your discipline. But inside of that, you will have to lead and correct, because correction is love. You know what I'm saying? To not correct is hatred. Now, at some point in time, you don't want to take that correction. Lord be with you. You know what I'm saying? There's only so many times we're gonna go around this loop, and you're gonna have to deal with the Lord at this point. But my hands are clean because I told you. You know what I'm saying? All right. But keep reading.
And as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered.
Right. Now let's go to First Ezra. We're getting close to 9 o'clock. This is a good one. First Ezra in chapter 4. This is a good one. Maybe we'll end on this story if y'all need any other precepts on this one. So also there's a precept in Proverbs. I believe it was the 16th chapter, 33rd verse, somewhere in there. It says that he that can control his spirit is greater than him that can take over a whole city. You understand? Like, you being able to control your anger, because that is how demons work. There's an excellent lecture Commander Johanna did on demons. And oftentimes when brothers are getting into these situations where they rib, they're not realizing they're not talking to this woman. They're talking to a demon that's using this woman to get you to fall to a demon and do something wrong. There's nothing more worse than being right about a situation. You shouldn't wear that dress. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do this. And you're right. But now you done got so angry, you done let this demon, because the mountain talker, you done ripped the dress and pushed her out the car. Now you wrong. Oh, baby, you got to buy flowers. You can get arrested and you going to court. You know what I'm saying? You were right about the topic, but you were completely wrong in how you handled it, and you let this demon overcome you, and now you have to make this thing correct. So that's one thing I learned early on in the True Vlog is don't be right and then to the point now you wrong and you apologize. You know what I'm saying? Like, be aware and spiritually of what is actually going on here, that this demon's job is here to destroy her and you. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's go to what we got though. First Ezra chapter 4. Let's see. Is that what I want? Yeah. First Ezra chapter 4.
18.
let's see. We might want to get the gold, silver. Yeah, I mean, there's so much in here. So I'm gonna paraphrase what's going on here. They are coming to this king. The king is saying he's having these 4 men. Let's see. Let me go to just get the concept. He make war one against the other. I think actually it goes up even further. Basically, the king is asking these wise men, what is the strongest things in the earth? Read verse, let's go up to chapter 3 and verse 10.
This is the book of First Ezra, chapter 3 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
The first woe, that's like it. The first right, like the first rope, wine is the strongest.
Right.
The second right, the king is the strongest. The third rope, the woman is the strongest. But above all things, truth beareth away the victory.
Right. So when you go through these verses and you read these different stories, it talks about how wine is very strong and powerful into controlling men on earth. The things when they're getting, drunk or high, and all those things are very powerful in a man's life, and explains that how it can destroy a man and cause him to fight and all these different things, whether you're rich or poor. You got drug addicts. You got people that are addicts no matter what they have in life. People OD all the time or crash out in life because of their addictions that they're not able to control. So he's saying that's one of the strongest things. Then it goes on and says, the second one's like, the strongest thing on earth is the king. The king can have soldiers rise up and go to war and do this and do that. Have people bring them tributary. That's the most powerful thing. The lion is the strongest animal in the jungle, the king in the jungle. Then the next brother, he goes and says, it's not that. It's the women that are the most powerful thing on planet Earth, right? Let's go, like he said, I think verse 18 is a good place to start.
3 and 18?
4 and 18.
4 and 18.
Yep.
This is the book of First Ezra, chapter 4 and verse 18. Yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty?
What's the simplest way to say that? Nigga, why did you get a Bentley? You done sold every dope. Big Meech sold 1,000 kilos for women, I guarantee if there was no women on earth, Big Meech would have never sold a kilo. You know what I'm saying? Like, men are living their life. You want a Bentley because you really want that car? You want a Ferrari because it drives that fast? If ain't no women getting in that car, you don't want no Ferrari, man. It'd be depressing. It would almost be worse to have a Ferrari and no women. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna sit here and race all day and just go down the freeway. Nigga, I'm driving off the cliff. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, knock it off. You know what I'm saying? These things that men do is for the beauty and glory of women. Keep reading.
Verse 19, and letting all those things go, do they not gape? And even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her, and have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever?
Right. Read. Like more than gold, more than Benjamins, whatever. Diamonds. Read.
A man leaveth his own father that brought him up, and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife.
Right. So at the end of the day, yeah, Pops raised me. I love my brothers. I love my gang. But at the end of the night, you want to go home to your woman. You know what I'm saying? This ain't thug and love. Ain't no matter what gang you in. I think in New York they call it brotherly love override everything. I mean, yeah, we one West to the death, and is but goddamn, you know what I mean? You're gonna go home to your wife, to your woman. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 21. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country.
Mm-hmm.
By this also ye must know that women have dominion over you.
Right.
Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all the women?
Bring all to the woman.
Bring all to the woman?
Right. Go ahead. I War, you got a question? A comment? Mm-hmm. This is
in Slovakia, sir, so in conjunction with what's being read right now, in my opinion, I believe that's why it is so important for us to take, for us not to take women from other nations, sir. Because God had said that she will take you away from him and have you serve her God.
right. Exactly. This is why we weren't supposed to marry these other nations. You understand? And follow after these women. Solomon was the wisest man ever. And at the end of his life, he became weak behind women. You understand? So let's keep going.
Verse 23. Yea, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sell upon the sea and upon rivers.
Right. In the Bay Area, they used to have, I mean, I know they might still have it. They used to have something called AOB. It's actually a rapper from Richmond. His name, Lav, man. He used to have a record label called AOB, all on a BI, you know what I'm saying? AOB. And they were saying it in the sense of like a pimp, like everything is all on a broad. She's going to pay for everything. But I had another homeboy in the world. He used to say it in the sense of like anything that's going wrong is AOB, is all on the broad. Like everybody that got killed or died in the hood, a lot of these gang wars is all over a woman. You know what I'm saying? This cat is robbing and stealing. Is really, if you trace the root of it, is behind the woman. You go to the roots of it. Why is North Richmond beefing with South Richmond? It's a woman in between this. Why are the A-Trade gangsters and Rolling 60s going to war for the past 40 years? Thousands of brothers, literally thousands of men have died over a woman that was sleeping with one brother from A-Trade gangsters and one brother from Rolling 60s. And there's countless stories of this over and over and over around the world. These things are happening. And if you don't understand that power, and this is the thing that Satan is telling women, like, you really, girls, they run the world. Beyonce didn't come out. They like girl magic. Why don't they ever have black boy magic? Have you heard of that yet? They put all the energy into black girl magic. Girls run the world. They're pushing this agenda. And if you are paying attention, they are valid in a lot of ways. Let's keep going on.
And looketh upon a lion, and goeth in the darkness, and when he have stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love.
Right. This brother is making a compelling argument. It ain't the liquor. It ain't the king that's more powerful. This woman is powerful because a man will run into a cave with a lion and come out for a woman. You know what I'm saying? A man, like, you think you finish your last push-up, let a woman walk in the room. You got about 5 more in you. You know what I'm saying? That brother a little bit stronger than he thought. You know what I'm saying? Because there is something in us that wants to impress and fight and protect and to gain women, right? Read.
Verse 25. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother.
Yeah, most brothers. Now, some of you brothers out there love your mom a little bit too much. It's lucky. But, you know what I'm saying? Most brothers, you know what I mean? They gonna love their woman more than their mother and father. You know what I'm saying? And that is something. Let's keep going.
Yea, many.
This is where we get to the good part. Let's go.
Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
They lost their goddamn mind. It's the same thing. This is AOB. You see this cat over here smoking crack. And how did he get from a football player to smoking crack? You keep following that story, you're going to get up to the root of some woman, something happened. You know what I mean? Something was going on. Right? You know what I mean? They even lost your mind. Brothers in the crazy house. You see Tyrese? He on the internet live recording himself. You done gone to the live, you done press record, you done went 100,000 people around the world. You got a multi-million-dollar home. All the cars we talked about, he the Fast and Furious nigga. He got every car that he want and could have. You get all, what is it that you want from me? She done broke this man's spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because he is out of his mind over this woman. Read.
Yea, many there be that have ran, that have run out of their wits.
Will
for
Smith.
nothing.
Will Smith. No, I don't know his middle name. I want to say his full goddamn name. That nigga lost his mind over a woman. You know what I'm saying? He's slapping grown men in front of the world at a place you're gonna get an award for the best, like the hot. You know what I'm saying? It almost is unbelievable. Whether it was real or fake, man.
Right.
These things are real. You know what I mean? Which makes it more real. Like if that was fake, imagine some nigga really in jail right now for 25 years over a woman. That's way worse than Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. You really killed that nigga. You know what I'm saying? You killed your homeboy. You shot your cousin. You know what I'm saying? Over this woman. That is a very evil thing. You know what I mean? Keep going.
And become servants for their sakes.
Yeah, you're doing 25 to life. Lock up. Ciao. You know what I'm saying? 23 and 1. Lights out. Go ahead.
Many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women.
Full extra lost his goddamn hand over women, Akim. I don't know if y'all understand that. He lost his hand over women. He blew his hand up over women. You know, you don't know that? Why was he doing it? Prove me wrong. Why this brother know? Why was Full Extra blowing up his goddamn hand on 4th of July? To who? How? On social media. He gonna get more likes, he'll get more views, he'll get more money, he'll get more women. And he using another word, but I'm being respectful. But that he's gonna get more broads by getting attention online and acting a fool. If he can beat up more cats, catch more fades, kill more people, he get more stripes, he's gonna get more women. That's it. He don't even know it. Because he doesn't have this Bible. Let's keep going.
And now do ye not believe me?
Right.
Is not the king great in his power?
Right.
Do not all regions fear to touch him?
Right. Will Smith could build a compound in Africa and have a thing in the center where his house is as big as this block and have little houses of huts of 50 women around him. And he could live like that for the rest of his life. He over here out of his mind slapping Chris Rock over one woman. You know what I'm saying? Like a king has power to do all these things, these great men. But this, keep reading, verse 29.
Verse 29.
Mhm.
Yet did I see him and ate him, the king's
Apame.
uh-huh. Apartment, the king's concubine,
Right.
the daughter of the admirable Barkippus, sitting at the right hand of the king.
He like, y'all know this woman, the king's concubine, basically is side, I don't want to say side beat, but you know, his concubine, not even his wife. She's sitting next to the king, the ruler of all the free world. Keep going.
And taking the crown from the king's head.
She taking the crown off his head.
And sitting it upon her own head.
Right.
She also struck the king with her left hand.
And slapped the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen Melania Trump? He got nuked. He like, bitch, I got nuked. He tried to kiss her. She like, kill in front of the whole world. Now, that wouldn't be a black man. It's gonna be some furniture movie. You know, come on now. She is embarrassing him in front of the world. She's like, I am here for the money. I am not your wife. You get your greasy hands off of me. There's no one else that could do. He talking to world leaders, the leader of Ukraine, treating him like a little boy. He making threats to Putin on live. He doing all that damn near because his wife won't give him a kiss. Half of this world about to get blown up because Trump because that broad won't give him some. You know what I'm saying? It's the lock here. But go ahead, man.
And yet, for all this, the king gaped and gazed upon her with open mouth. If she laughed upon him, he laughed also.
So this is now you go watch that thing with Will Smith again and see exactly what when she was laughing, Will Smith was laughing. When she frowned, he frowned. He keep my wife's name out, Joe. He changed his whole spirit by looking at her when she didn't like the joke. She was able to like that was like some old get out type thing. Like she got him on something hypnotized for real. I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't actually doing that to him. You know what I mean? But I digress. She laughed, he laughed. Keep going.
But if she took any displeasure at him, the king was fain to flutter, that she might be reconciled to him again.
Right. And so that he can, gas her favor again. Let's keep going, verse 32.
Oh, ye men, how can it be but women should be strong, seeing they do thus? Then the king and the princess looked one upon another. So he began to speak of the truth.
Of what?
Of the truth.
Go ahead.
Oh, ye men, are not women strong, great in the earth, high in the heaven? Swift is the sun in his course, for he compasseth the heavens round about, and fetcheth his course again to his own place in one day. Verse 35. Is he not great that maketh these things? Therefore, great is the truth and stronger than all things.
Right. The Most High created everything in the heaven and the earth. All these things, including the woman, the Lord created. The truth is greater than women. Go ahead.
Verse 36. All the earth calleth upon the truth.
Right.
And the heaven blesseth it. All works shake and tremble at it, and with it is no unrighteous thing.
Right. If you following the Lord, that is the most powerful thing. That is where our power comes from. That is what takes a man to be over a woman. If you don't have that truth, you're going to be like 4 Extra blowing your goddamn hand off behind a woman. You're going to be like the 8 Trey gangsters and going to war for 1,000 years behind a woman. You're going to be locked up in a cell because you done drove drunk trying to get to the club to be with some broad because you are not following the Lord and you're following that tail. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what it is. You are going to lose this battle against women unless you follow the Lord. Keep reading.
Wine is wicked. The king is wicked.
Right.
Women are wicked. All the children of men are wicked.
Right.
And such are all their wicked works. And there is no truth in them.
Right.
In their unrighteousness also they shall perish.
Right. Keep going.
As for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore.
Right. Now let's drop down to verse 4. Let's see. 41.
Verse 41. And with that he held his peace, and all the people then shouted and said, great is truth and mighty above all things.
Right. So Most High in Christ. Yeah. So like all those things that were mentioned prior are very factual. Women are very powerful and they can move men to do great things. And if a man is not following the Most High, then you're going to be run over. But if you following the Most High and you in the right spirit, then you can actually guide and lead women and not let them guide and lead you. You understand? And go ahead.
Oh, no, so like I was gonna say like Esther,
Right. In what ways?
like how she saved the nation of Israel.
Right.
And she convinced the king not to kill her people
Right.
because he was about to kill all of us, and she convinced him not to kill us. And he was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna kill him." Who said that about people?
Change his whole.
you can't kill him.
Exactly. And that same power that is literally created. They said OnlyFans is making more money than I think the NBA, the NFL, the goddamn NHL, MLB combined. NASCAR, men are giving so much money to these women doing something wrong that women in their righteousness could fix poverty, could fix, you know what I'm saying? It could end the prison industrial complex. You know what I mean? They have those talks about that where, oh, these women ended wars by just not land. They had a movie or a TV show, Chicago, I think it was about that. But those things, the Lord gave them that ability to do something right, but it starts still, once again, starts with the man. So let's go to 1 Corinthians 7:29. This will be the last one I want to leave out on this note. Right now, can we not learn from women? That's not what we teach in the UPK. If your wife has some knowledge about real estate, business, you know what I'm saying, of doing something that is great and glorious, she should do that. She should go and gain degrees. She should, improve her intelligence to the best of her ability. That will only bring more glory to you and your household, to your children. We don't want some woman to be dumb, blind Becky that's just here for us to sleep with. That's the same thing. We're reducing you to an OnlyFans girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are just saying in the context of the Lord, if you are going to make me go against my God, then you're going to have to get back behind me, saying you're going to have to shut the hell up. You have to shut your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to come up against the truth. You're not going to come against the brothers. You're going to come against these laws, statutes, and commandments. I'm standing on business. If these brothers willing to die for the truth, then I'll be damned if I would let some woman take me out of the truth. You know what I'm saying? And this is the spirit, and a real woman will honor and respect that. She's gonna see, like, man, I was telling, I don't want to be too specific, but I had a family member that was kind of like going against the truth and dealing with it. But I'm telling her, I'm like, we don't eat pork, we don't eat shrimp, we don't eat crab, we don't get tattoos. Like, we have morals and standards. You want to get with a man that's gonna do whatever you say and follow your holidays and bow down to you. Like, do you trust that man to go to jail? Like, he's gonna break. He don't have no standards. Like, that nigga's gonna be somebody's bitch. Salakia. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to be like, we've taken out of this element of us being in warfare and being in danger, that I always say, like, the real world without society, without the police being able to call the police in 5 minutes, is like the penitentiary with women in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you imagine San Quentin and there was no separation of men and women, and these gang of cats over here is going around raping women. The only one that's going to stop them is stronger men. You know what I'm saying? That's going to have to bond and come together to fight off these other men from going to the other side and taking all these women. Because if you don't stop them, then women ain't going to stop them. He did this to Debo. He didn't knock Debo out. He fall on the floor. And now he's like, yeah, I want her. And everybody else will be like, all right, take her. You know what I'm saying? Like, women don't appreciate what a man is because society has 911, 911, whatever. You can call all these cops and everything to come save you. But in a situation where you're in this box and the only one that is going to protect you is another man, you would see the value in that man. And so I'm like, you would want a man that has some standards and some morals and some principles, that's willing to die on his sword about what he believes in. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, damn, he won't break off of this. It's just this outfit, or he won't break off of me going over here. He won't break off of us celebrating Christmas. What's wrong with him? Like, you want him to be like, yeah, baby, you know what? I do worship your God. Them brothers in the truth. We're gonna do Christmas this year. The kids want it, you want it, it's your birthday. You're gonna follow this woman into destruction. You stand for nothing. You get back against the wall, and he like, nigga, give me her. You're like, well, man, you know, she don't listen to me anyway. You know what I'm saying? And you just go ahead and have her. And she gonna be looking like, nigga, type of nigga is you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're weak. You know what I mean? You are a coward. You're scared of me, so I know you're scared of him. You know what I'm saying? So those are the dynamics the Lord put into us to be in charge and maintain that spot. Let's go ahead and read that and we'll close out.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 29.
Go up a little bit, Slaki. I need a little bit more. Let me tell you right so I can get straight to the point. My fault. This is an important precept that we learn coming into the UPK, coming into the truth. Where am I at? 7 and let's go up to the Freeman. So we find like a service. Supposedly good for praise. Okay, yeah, let's go to verse 27.
Verse 27.
Mm-hmm.
Art thou bound unto a wife?
Mm-hmm.
Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife.
All right, so he's telling these brothers, you coming in to do this work of the Lord. If you have a wife, don't try to divorce your wife to do the work of the Lord. If you don't have a wife, if you were in the spirit, you wanted to just dedicate yourself full on to doing the work of the Lord, that would be the best thing to do, to not seek a wife so you can focus and lock in and do this work. Keep going.
And if thou marry, thou hast not sinned.
All right, so we're not going to get it confused, though. If you do get a wife, you're not in sin for getting a wife. You understand? Right? Keep going.
And if a virgin marry, she has not sinned.
Right. She wants to have a husband. Neither one is wrong for getting married. Right?
Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh.
Right. You're going to be worrying about the things to take care of your wife. She's going to be worried about the things to take care of her husband. It's going to take away from your time to doing the focus of this work that we need done in these last days. Keep going.
But I spare you.
Mm-hmm.
But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they have had none.
Good luck. 1 second. Hey, shalom, Lord Christ, sir. I'm teaching class. I'm closing it up right now. Come. All right, Lord Christ. Read that part again.
Verse 29.
Right.
But this I say, brethren, the time is short.
Mm-hmm.
It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Right. This is a hard thing to understand. As you go, what is he saying? He's saying those that have wives, you did choose to have a wife, but when it comes to the truth, you're going to have to be like you didn't have a wife at certain times. You're going to have to do things and neglect. I'm going to say neglect. That might be a harsh word, but you are not going to be able to be like some man that just going to work and coming home. You know what I'm saying? In order to go and save other men's lives, you are going to have to sacrifice that part of a relationship, which is normal to everyone that's married, because you are married to the truth. You understand? That is your first wife. And so in order to save your marriage, you have to keep the truth first. And what was being brought out in the Apocrypha. It's like, if you don't do that, then you may have what looks like a marriage, but it really is Will Smith. Like a couple of years ago, they would have said they was Black excellence or the premier Black couple, Papoose and Remy Ma. Like, from the outside, all those pictures, it look good, but what is really behind it? You know what I'm saying? And that's because those brothers are not in the truth. And so, in order for some other man to have a family and have a wife and have his kids on one accord, we have to go out and do the work of the Lord in speaking the truth to raise up other men so we can have a nation. And in the long run, your wife will appreciate those things. I'm sure Noah's wife was probably like, you always out there with that damn hammer. You always cutting trees down. And then when she got on that boat, she was like, man, thank you, my Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, I don't want God. This you were right. The Lord was with you. You know what I'm saying? That this thing that we building up is that boat. And that's why we have as if we have none. That's what he's teaching right here. You know what I'm saying? But anything else? Any other questions, comments? So the moral of the story is the real name of the class. Shut your mouth. You know what I'm saying? That is a skill. And I'm talking to you, my wife at home. She said, I want anything else from the store. I said, yeah, a can of shut the hell up. Sometimes be my rest. You know what I'm saying? That's powerful. You can get a man to do a lot. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's, you know what I mean? Do that. That is of the Lord. All right. With that, close out the class and say Shalom Yabashim Yashar Bakathum to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Atham Bashim Yashar to all the sisters. All right.
Yeah, just right there.